All right, we are back in action, episode 22, with my Filipino sister, Diana Chu, the co-owner of Pacifica Grocery
Corner.
Outlet. What's up, friend? You want to say hi to the people?
Hey everyone, it's Diana from Pacifica Grocery Outlet. That should be somehow familiar to some people, right?
That's true. Most people who are going to watch this are probably going to be used to seeing you on Facebook. You do all your Facebook lives, and you always sign off with a "We'll see you at the store." So we'll be sure to do
Hi.
that at
Yes,
the
we
end
have to
of
do
today's
that.
episode. So don't let me forget. But yeah,
Thank
we
you.
talked
I
about a
won't.
little earlier this month. One of the main things I wanted to get you on is to check in and see how the Independence from Hunger drive is going. So maybe we could talk a little bit about that, it's just so people are kind of tuning in. And that's like one of the most important things that we want to get out because it's till the end of the month. So talk a little bit about that, and then we'll just peel back some layers and talk a little bit about your family life and what it's like owning a small business in Pacifica with your husband, and you're raising your daughter also. And then
Right.
if we have time, we'll talk about some more stuff. But yeah, first of all, welcome, and tell us a little bit about the Give Five Get Five Independence from Hunger food program. I think that's all
Yes.
encompassing.
Thanks, Robby. So during the month of July, grocery outlets have a food drive, and it's a campaign to raise money for your local nonprofit in your community because every grocery outlet, most grocery outlet is independently owned.
Mhm.
So you do pick someone locally to work with. And for the last, what is it, 4 years, we've worked with Pacifica Research Center. So
Because
this is
you
when,
guys took over, and you already had a relationship with PRC, and then this
correct.
Independence from Hunger thing started while you guys were owners.
Well, actually, it started back in 2011. So it's actually the 11th year for Grocery Alley to do it.
Okay.
But it's true, we inherited working with Pacifica Research Center from the previous owner. So we just kind of continue on that. It was an obvious choice when they said,
Sure.
okay, now you have to pick someone to work with, to partner up,
Yeah.
right? I wasn't thinking much about it. I'm just going through the motion of getting stuff done for the store,
Yeah,
right?
maintaining the status quo and while trying to
Right,
build business.
exactly. And that's where I met you.
Yeah, look at us.
Um, Look at us, and I was looking photos of us back in 2012 because I we took
Oh
over the
man,
store
yeah, I
back
get
in
the
20.
memories, the Facebook memories and
Well,
stuff.
actually, 2017. I'm sorry, excuse me.
Yeah,
2016 was when we took it over, but it was towards the end of the year.
yeah.
But Independence from Hunger is for the month of July.
Okay.
So
And so what happens when people walk in?
when
What's
when
the
when
spiel?
people walk in, we do prepare bags of unperishable groceries, and this goes directly to Pacifica Research Center's pantry. But
Nice.
because Pacifica Research not only help with food, they also help with a lot of things that some people may need, like housing and other help, right? So we do try to also raise money because that kind of gives PRC the flexibility to help more people,
Totally. So
right?
you're providing food through this program, and then also a monetary donation. So there's it's non-restricted funds, so it can go to where it needs to be given, I guess.
Correct.
Cool.
Exactly. So that's when you buy a $5 bag, you will get a $5 coupon that you can use on your next visit. It's typically like 2 weeks later, all
Gotcha.
throughout the next 2 weeks, you'll be able to use it. But we also promote maybe giving that $5, which will also give you the same thing. You'll get the $5 coupon to
So
use
you
for
can give a
your
bag,
next
you can give
meal.
$5, you get a coupon that you can use.
Exactly.
So you
So
can come back
last
and get
year,
your work money back, basically. Yeah,
Exactly. So
that's
it's
crazy.
really like giving me $5, but I'll make sure if you come
Yeah, I
back
was really
that you'll
surprised
get
that
your
you guys did it
$5.
like that because I don't think like Safeway or anyone else frames it that way. So it's good marketing for you,
Right.
and then it also is good for the community. So like
Oh,
I was there the other day. I
absolutely.
was like, it's a win-win. Like
It's
your
it's a
announcement over the
total win.
thing.
Exactly. It's
You're
a
getting really
total
good at those, by
win-win.
the way.
Well, thanks to you. I
Do they
didn't
send you
have
scripts or do you have to do your own?
No, I have to do
Really?
my own.
Because this last one
Yes.
sounded really good. Like you were reading something that they sent you, and then you just added your own twist. But
Oh
it was
no.
really good.
That's all created by me. I'm just cringing sometimes. I'm like, I can't keep hearing my voice, but I
Yeah, because
do.
it's always
So
like, "Hey everyone, it's Diana." Like, and we know
exactly.
you've given, but you can always give. Every bit
I
helps. Like, it's so
I
good.
I feel so bad for all the coworkers who have to hear my voice every few minutes,
Oh,
thinking maybe I'm in the office somewhere watching them. So,
that's
but
true.
it works.
I
It
know you have
works.
cameras there, so I know you're watching, and then you're also like recorded over there. So a little big brother
Yep.
action, but it's for a good cause. So is there anything else you want to say about
Absolutely.
the Independence from Hunger? Like, how's it going? What do you need from us? What else is?
Well, we initially was hoping to raise $10,000, but the first 2 weeks we were really just going so fast, reaching
Uh,
6,000 so fast. I'm like, you know what? I think we can kind of raise that bar a little bit.
nice.
And so I talked to one of my supervisors, Gonzo, and I said, Gonzo, do you think we can do 12? What do you think? I mean, it's only been 2 weeks in, and we're already more than halfway, right?
Yeah.
Of course, he agreed because maybe he thinks because he probably shouldn't say no to me. So he did. So now we need
I'm sensing a little undertone of you holding your
right,
coworkers hostage, but
right.
it's for a good cause, so they can't really complain.
It's absolutely for a good cause, and I'm like, you know what? If we surpass the 10 grand by even $1, that
Then we'll raise
helps. Yeah, then
Yeah.
we'll do it. So now it's
That's
up to
good.
12,000. We're about 9,800 to this day, and today is what, the 23rd. So we have like about a week,
So like 7
right?
days make up.
Yeah. So I would
3,700.
really, exactly less than that. We're urging everyone to come in and donate that $5. And guess what? When you give me $5, I will give you a $5 coupon.
And if I'm there, I'll give you a high five. That was my contribution
and
when
that
I
was
worked at PRC.
totally, that's all you, and we needed you.
Do you miss
I
the
know
good
you're
old days
busy.
where I got to
miss
just
the
come there with a megaphone and annoy everyone into
Oh,
submission?
I love that. I wish you can. You know what? When you said I'll be on this podcast, I'm like, you know what? I'll take anything just to work with you. Whatever you want me to do. Let's just
This
work
is
together.
it. And then we're gonna
This
have a
is it.
grocery outlet podcast where we go pick stuff off the shelves and you tell me a story about it or something. I don't know. What would be the most interesting thing about food or people, or what if you were gonna start a podcast about grocery outlet, the things you could talk about, what would be the first thing that you think would be the most entertaining that you think people would care about?
I think our shoppers, they all kind of they all come in for many different things, and you'll be surprised, right?
So just highlighting the guests who come in and why they get what they do.
Right, exactly. Why did they come in, and why grocery outlets? I mean, I know
funny.
why, but
because you guys are the best and you are affordable.
Well,
and you're right by the beach. And what else? What are also the selling points?
And then you get to hear my voice on the overhead.
That's
every
true.
5 minutes.
Even when you're not in the building, it's like, hey, everyone,
Even
it's
when
Diane.
I'm not there.
That's funny.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations for getting to what would you say, $9,300 now or 98?
Well, this morning it was 96. So
Okay,
Diana, my superstar fundraiser.
That's true.
Diana,
I had a hot chocolate with Diana 2 days ago. She was really excited. She told me she's like, you ever just want to punch someone? And I was like, wait, what the heck? And she's like, yeah, because someone when I asked them, they're like, oh, we don't support PRC or like something like the money doesn't, some like one of those things that people don't really do their homework. And she's like, and I got so angry. And for people who don't know, Diana just looks like Mrs. Claus. She's like 7 years old. I want to like adopt her as my grandma. So it's like people, talking shit about PRC to Diana, who is not shy about the resource center helping her, and they don't even know what they're saying to her. So just be kind, especially during a pandemic. Be kind to the workers, and just give if you can.
Exactly. And what's sad about it? Yeah, exactly. It's more of a personal thing, but we have to look at, what the resource center does for the community, what it allows people to do. I have people who actually said, you know what, Diana, I'll go on camera. I'll tell them how PRC helped me. I'll tell them how much my family benefited. So there's just no question why I wouldn't kind of try to raise that 10,000 to 12,000, but I need everyone's help.
Yeah,
once
we're
again
gonna do
to
it.
help me get to that 12,000.
I wish there was a way to like do something at Breakers where we can just like maybe collect money and then we'll do it that way. I don't know. We'll figure out, or I can get my dad to drive over there and we'll just grab all the bags.
Right.
We'll see.
Like I said, every little bit helps.
Okay.
And that's true.
Is there anything else?
We'll get there slowly.
Anything else on the Independence from Hunger? I think we spent a pretty good amount of time and we laughed, we cried, we plugged. We're good.
Yes, I just want to say thank you. Can I just say thank you to my awesome coworkers? Sometimes it's hard for me to ask for that $5 because I'm pretty sure that person they come in about, I don't know, 3 times a week. And
they're like getting tired of you.
Exactly. I continue to ask them, and just all I can think of is that my coworkers at the register has to continue to do this.
Yeah, I know we used to work on ways to like switch it up, and then it's hard to motivate people who, don't really know yet, and you got to show the impact. Plus, it's just like, just let me do my job, and you got to add another thing. But
Right,
maybe next
right,
year I can figure out a way to be there with
right,
you.
right. But
Figure it out,
thank you
make it
so
more
much.
fun.
Diana is amazing. I have lots of coworkers who are not
Yeah, you
doing
have a
it
lot of new
because
faces too, I
right,
noticed.
we do, and a lot of them is more competitive, but they know they're never going to win over Diana's
Oh,
fundraising.
because
But
you do like an internal contest still?
I do, because
That's cool.
it's hard to ask for donation.
That's
So
true. That's
I
true.
want to put them a little bit of incentive to keep
Okay,
doing
I
it.
like it. I like
Right,
it. So we'll just do more of
right.
what works next year, and we'll talk about
Yeah,
that. I
we'll
always thought
keep
it was
raising
interesting.
that goal.
Of course, I thought, I thought you said thank you for what helping, whatever. Yeah, but anyway, I'm here for you. Um,
No, thanks for my coworkers. I mean, I
Definitely,
won't
thank
be
you,
able to
coworkers.
raise that money without them.
I thought it's always interesting that you call them coworkers. Is that a grocery outlet thing? Like, how Chick-fil-A tells people how to like say something, or do you call them coworkers and it just
I
comes
don't know.
naturally?
I think that was my thing.
Okay.
Mostly I think Chan calls them coworkers, and I've just adopted. I mean, I think we just like to say coworkers rather than employees. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
would
just feel
never
like it's
suggest calling them employees, but like,
right,
our
right.
team members are coworkers, but I always know
Team
you're the most
members
consistent with the coworkers, or our
with a
staff or something like
coworker.
that. But no, it's good. I like it
Um,
because you guys are coworkers, just, same way we are here. And when you're in the trenches with
exactly,
them, and I always, and
exactly.
Diana again says like, you never hesitate to like get in and help when you want. And that's like a sign of a good boss. So that's cool.
Yeah, and
You
we're there every
mentioned, I'm
day.
sorry,
Yeah.
you mentioned Chan. So tell us a little bit about like, the quick and dirty story about how you and your husband became owners, and why Grocery Outlet in Pacifica.
Sure. So back in 2015, Chan started looking into grocery outlet because one of our very, very good friends worked for corporate. At
Huh.
that time, Chan had a different business. He had a home health in San Francisco. I was back then working as a nurse for UCSF. And then one day he came home and said, and he was pursuing all of this grocery outlet on his own. I wasn't a
Hmm.
part of it. I was happy. I was going to work. It's probably a dream job for me to work for UCSF
Hmm.
as a nurse.
Did you have a kid yet, or no?
Yeah, no, we
Okay,
had Juliana then. She's almost 10 now. So
that's
yes, and
wild.
then one day he told me that they want you to quit your job and do this with me.
Oh, so it was just like, oh, my husband's working on something, and then it was like, hey, by the way, we have this new opportunity.
By the
Nice.
way, it's like actually they need you to be in it. I'm like, what do you
Yeah, because
mean?
that's how Grocery Outlet gets down. They want to make sure that like, your
Yeah,
family is
it's
really a family-run business.
exactly.
Ran.
And at first I didn't see why they needed me because I'm pretty happy with the group of people I work with.
Hmm. You figured
Pretty
you guys could be
happy.
both or whatever, and it'd be fine.
Yeah,
Like,
why? I
yeah,
mean, he had a business on his own, and I had my thing
gotcha.
going on, and that never entered my mind that I would quit my job. But he said I had to, so I did.
I was gonna say, yeah, did he just tell you what to do, or did you have to like have a talk or like flip a coin? Like,
Oh no, no. I
and it
mean,
just
he can
worked
tell
out.
you that I actually had like tears. Like, what do you mean I have to
Oh,
quit my
I want
job?
to hug
Well,
you
because
through the camera. Like,
I went to school for it, right? And
yeah,
I kind of like
you were on one
what, like I
track, and
said,
now you're on a new track.
yeah, yeah. It's really, and plus I'm Filipino. We're all nurses. That's what we
So one
do.
time I made a joke about that at an event, and I
Uh-huh.
got called racist, and then I couldn't explain, like, no, I'm Filipino, and like,
Right,
and now
right,
it's like
right, right.
2021, so like you don't want to make those jokes, but yeah, it is
Right.
a
Well,
very,
I
you're
was a
definitely
nurse,
so cool.
and I
It
am
was true for you.
Filipino,
Yeah.
and a lot of my family members are. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
So
that's
that
how
was
it
the thing. So
started. So looking back, um, I thought I wouldn't do it, but here I am.
yeah,
Right.
and you're
And it
obviously happy
wasn't.
because
It
I don't.
wasn't.
Go ahead.
No, I just never thought I would find anything for me in this business that would kind of resemble what I was doing before. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's completely different. But there's in the beginning, of course, I couldn't find the human factor in the grocery business. Right. I
Okay,
mean, what am I doing here?
that
I'm
is a good
selling.
segue.
Right.
That's the good segue because I know how fulfilling it could be as a nurse because I have friends and family who are in that field, and I know how good you are with people and making people feel comfortable, and those things do translate. But yeah, so what was the fulfilling part about being a nurse that you found within your role now at Grocery Outlet, and then tell us a little bit about what you do at Grocery Outlet and how you kind of found your way. Because
Sure.
a lot of people watching this, even Martin, behind the scenes says he can relate to this because he's Filipino and Chinese, so he might have some pressure on him, but he just wants to produce Robby's World podcast for the rest of his life and be happy with me and go on tour and get on boats
There
with
you
like,
go.
attractive
I
women.
love
I don't
it.
know what else he wants.
Okay, now
But yeah,
Martin, I know more about you.
what's the
Okay.
fulfilling what's the fulfilling part that you found in your role at Grocery Outlet that can inspire maybe, young Diana watching this at home or
Young
listening to
Diana.
it?
Well, as a nurse, obviously you're helping someone in a different capacity, right? And these people need help with their health,
Hmm.
and you become part of their family because you're part of the treatment team, right?
Totally.
And you get to know them, and you see them at their worst because they're not feeling good or something's going on in their life. And that's a fulfilling part. You help them kind of solve or get over this issue or
Hmm. Whatever they're in
condition
the
they're
hospital for or
having, and
whatever.
just
Yeah.
exactly. So there was just so much just fulfilling in my job that I was doing. And in the beginning, as we were just going through things that needs to get done, right? Because
Hmm.
when we first started, we had very little coworker. I mean, it's so difficult to hire in Pacifica, and I think you know that.
Yeah.
So when
And then
when
once you
we
get
had
good people, you got to hold on to them for dear life.
you yes, absolutely. But yeah, it just going through the everyday. I have to make sure there's products on the floor. I print tags. I run the register. All that. I couldn't find that fulfilling. Yeah, it pays the bills. That's great, right? But
Hmm.
it wasn't. I don't see the human aspect,
Yeah,
right? And then
it's gotta be deeper than that. You can't just do it for the money.
right,
So
you can't do it. And then all of these things that grocery outlet stands for, just like the IFH. Like I said, I was going through the motion. They said, "Hey, you need to look for a partner," and I'm like, "Well,
mhm.
then we'll do research center." And then I
Yeah.
meet, you and Anita, and what you guys provide, or you are part of that team for the
Mhm.
community, and then I started feeling like, well, this is that human aspect I was looking for. This is where I can be a part of a lot of people's lives in a different capacity, not
Yeah.
without healthcare, but in other ways. And then that just kind of opened me up to, oh yeah, with my great prices, I'm helping a family get that,
Totally.
organic stuff on their table that maybe I wouldn't walk into a fancy, the other store, Whole Foods,
You could
because
say
it
yeah.
costs a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
But for family who couldn't afford it, hey, here's an option. You can
Yeah.
give them that fresh produce. You can give them that organic, or your daughter is gluten free and on this very strict diet. But now that
Mhm.
there's grocery outlet and we're able to provide that, I feel
Yeah.
like somehow I'm touching their lives, not directly, but
Yeah.
we just how we bring in our products to
Yeah,
serve.
you're still providing
Yeah,
that service. You're still affecting their life. It's not as such a drastic way, but maybe it's like a more consistent kind of way that you
right.
can still feel fulfilled.
Yeah, it's really the reach that it's enabled Chan and I, to
That's
do.
cool. Are you like a people person? Like when you're at the grocery outlet, like are you kind of on the floor and doing your thing? Or are you guys mainly in the office and then kind of delegating, or what's like the day to day
So,
like?
that has evolved quite a bit because now I have really a good team, a
Mhm.
seasoned team who's able
Yeah.
to help me and Chan kind of get on the floor. I don't know if you remember Athena, but her family moved to Arizona. So
I think
I'm kind of
there's been a
sad.
couple of people that I really like that you had, and then they either went off to get their own stores or had to move or
Right,
stuff
right,
like that. So,
absolutely. So Athena has been kind of helping me with the office for the most part. She is my office manager, and but she had to move, so now I spend a lot of my time in there doing her
you got to
stuff.
shift back to the
I gotta shift
admin
back
stuff.
to the
Yeah.
admin stuff, but as much as I can, I'm out on the floor because I do help with merchandising. I
Yeah,
do
because there's
help.
always something, right? You're either like maintaining the shelves and helping there, or you're popping in to the line. Are
Right
those like the two
there,
main things that like you have to keep the engine running the most part?
exactly. We never ever want to see a line.
You try to cut
So
down on the line. I always
almost.
hear how good you are about that. Where like Safeways will just like
Oh
let,
yeah.
and I'm not talking shit about Safeway. I just say like they're notorious, especially the one in Manor. Just like I see people put stuff down and they're just like, oh, I'm out of here. Like it's
Right, and
done.
that's we don't want that. We're a little bit of a destination down there, so we don't want to waste anyone's time,
That's
right?
true.
And there's so much to enjoy outside. So let's
Yeah,
get
like all the
your
surfing
grocery.
and all the parking, right? Have you been towing cars,
That's a
by the way?
whole.
I feel like the signs have got a little more aggressive.
Well, we have to
Once they
when
push, 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 and then you're just like,
when
okay,
we
we need
really. I
to.
mean, yeah, we need to, well, because we do want people not to be turned away because of parking spaces,
Yeah,
right?
I just don't come there on the weekends. And I came there last weekend. We had to go to grocery outlet, and then we checked out the new brewery. Have you met
Oh,
them?
there you go.
Have you guys
Actually, Shan has met them. The manager, came by and kind of talked to us about, their plan to have the outdoor and
oh
all
yeah,
that.
'cause
And
they had to get kind of
yeah,
approval to,
exactly. And they gave us just a little FYI. Hey, we're gonna build. Actually, our trucks usually goes through that, but
your guys' truck,
obviously
to go around.
to
Okay,
go
gotcha.
around. Oh, they back up that way because
Oh yeah,
we
because
have
it's such a
big,
weird.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, we're gonna have to have
Is it?
them figure out how to do it
It's working
because
out though. Like you
it's working
feel.
out. We do
Okay.
want to support them. We do want,
Totally. It was packed when I went there, and I think they have a good
yeah,
reputation. It's just, they got to
I
figure out and fit into the fabric of Pacifica, because it's not the same
exactly,
everywhere else. Because that's your parking pretty much.
exactly.
I don't want to get too into it, but like your parking is all the way down,
Yeah,
or
it's all the way down, right in front of the front door, all the way to the very end where.
so did the
Um,
tap room ever actually have parking designated for them, or is it just kind of
no,
a
we
free for
we
all?
were sharing. We were
Because it's the
sharing.
landlord just says, but it's in your lease or whatever. I mean, we'll talk about this later,
Yes.
but okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting. So that's really nice of you.
We're sharing with them.
Okay, so they should probably help, police if possible, or keep
Oh,
that going.
we have our security
Okay,
come on the
cool.
weekend, and he's been pretty solid actually.
All right, if you need backup, let
He's
me know.
very helpful. Yeah, I know. A lot of people want to volunteer. So
It
I
probably
can
won't
get
be
them
me.
out here.
No, I want to pass out flyers because there's so many people. Like, hey, you guys can come park by Breakers, whatever. We won't
I'll
tell
send
them.
I'll send them over there. How about
Thank
that?
you. Yeah, send all the surfers and all the families. We'll handle it. We
Oh
got
yeah.
about 5 minutes left. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about like marketing and what's been working for you. You do a lot of live videos, and I always suggest this to people, but you seem to be the only one who kind of like gets up and runs with it. So what is it about it that made you feel comfortable enough to do it? And what kind of
You
advice can you
know,
give to someone for their business? And does it help
I
you?
will.
Does it result to
Uh,
sales?
yeah. I think so. We do get people coming in for whatever I told them was
But
on Facebook
they
Live.
mention it, right? Like, I
Right.
saw this on
Right. They
Facebook.
do.
Take my
Right.
money.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah,
That, but
what was it?
if I'm gonna give one advice, it's the same advice that you've given me. Actually, you're the one who actually kind of get me started on it. I don't want to. I don't. Quite honestly, it's hard to find time to do it because you got to find someone to take your
It
video
is hard,
out.
and I
You
even
gotta
struggle doing it here.
right, exactly. But you told me, and this is a long time ago, before my very first Facebook Live, you said, Diana, you're only going to get better if you keep doing it. You can't possibly get worse. And I'm like, I'm not sure about that. But I gave it
That
a
does
shot.
sound like
And that
me.
was quite honestly the best advice ever. If you
Okay,
continue to do it, how could you possibly get bad at it? And
it's
then
true.
I keep thinking that even up to today, that if
Yeah,
I just keep doing it and, it does get better. It does. You get more comfortable. I don't know if my content got better, but I
you seem more
feel
natural, and you're just like, you're not too worried
right.
about what you look like. You got the mask on. You're talking to
Right.
people. You're
I
grabbing
got
stuff, and it feels authentic. And
you.
that's
Yeah. And the last time
what
you
is
told me is
that? Are
that
you trying to show us something?
they need to see the white of my eye.
Oh
So now
yeah,
you see. So all of this, you guys, is really Robby.
but why
So
did
thank you.
you take the leap? Because I might talk to 10 business owners in Pacifica, and maybe one will try what we're talking about. So what do you think it is in you that just made you say this is okay, this is the time to do it? What motivated you? Like, I don't, maybe we can't answer that, but like maybe it's different for everyone.
Well, I'm doing it because I think it works.
Well, you told me it did work. People say, oh, I saw this,
Right.
and take
Oh
my money.
yeah,
Like,
or like not like a celebrity status, but they'd be like, I saw your video.
oh, I get recognized all the time now. Like, don't you have a podcast?
Exactly. Right. So those things, even just to show that I'm the one who's there, and they come in and you can ask for Diana.
Yeah, and that actually big, because people come here just for my dad sometimes, just for certain staff. So that's huge.
Right.
And people are trying to figure out where the shark is, because I did that shark costume thing, but it's like,
right. So where is
figure
it?
that out. Well, I was gonna ask you, is there a mascot at Grocery Outlet? What would be your mascot? You got rid of the puppets, but what kind of outfit can we put you in? Like an inflatable, like what?
I
And then
don't know.
me and you can run around town.
I don't know. Wine, a bottle of wine. I don't know.
Is that what you want to be known for?
No, I would put Shannon that one, but I don't know. A banana.
Actually, banana's not a bad idea.
Yeah. I mean, fresh produce, right?
Yeah, because you got that nosh section, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's been kind of what I'm super proud of. I don't know if you get my emails, but I do send out a
I do. I
happy,
see
healthy
Diana's
Monday.
Healthy Monday and Chan's wine picks.
Yes, because he gravitates towards that because he likes to drink.
Yeah, that's
I
the
like
only thing
to
that makes him
I like
smile. I tell people the only time I've seen Chan smile is when he's at an event.
when he has
Drinking.
a
Yeah.
wine tasting event. But I am passionate about our nosh department because those are the things that people are,
Yeah, that's good
people who
stuff.
knows. It's a good option at a great price.
You've done a good job of rebranding. We're gonna go ahead and put up your guys' just general website, Martin. If you can throw that up, so people watching groceryoutlet.com, and then you just search for the store 94044, store 242, 246. I think what was it?
294.
294, and then it's
294.
284 or 94.
294.
294, and then they're at 550 Coast Highway, Pacifica, California, right next to the new Humble Sea Brewing.
Humble
Sea
Brewery. Humble Sea Brewery.
That's so much beer. It's insane. So go get some wine from Diana, and then go get some beer from.
Check out next door. But you can always stop at Breakers.
That's true. I don't have a Breakers thing, but I do have my website, robbysworld.tv. So thank you, Diana, for that. You might be a pretty good co-host. We might need to talk about this. And then, of course, Martin, the man with the plan behind the scenes, he's got Pacific Coast TV. So thank you, Martin, for rocking with us. Martin is also Filipino and Chinese.
We'll be waiting for you at the grocery outlet.
Yeah.
Done.
Martin has never been to Breakers or Grocery Outlet, so we're gonna try to figure out how we're gonna make that work. Is there anything else I should have asked you or that you want to talk about before we wrap up in a couple minutes?
No, just I would love to see you guys at the store. Chan and I will be there, and we'll see you at the store.
We'll see you at the store, but don't say bye yet.
Not yet. Okay,
we still got a couple minutes. Let's talk a little bit about like physical and mental health. What are you doing to just maintain sustain
sanity, sanity,
especially because you've been a nurse too, so I mean it's we're grinding out here. Like me and my dad are gonna have our first family therapy session actually next week, but this is all part of trying to sustain it. So like, and you obviously live and work with your husband, so yeah, what do you guys do or what do you do to kind of to maintain
I think with whatever's happening here, and I always kind of have to remind a lot of people that happiness is really an inside job. You got to be happy inside and find that peace. I would say surround yourself with who gives you peace, and that's kind of like your choice. So I think if you have an option, just be with people who loves you.
Who is that in your life aside from your daughter and your husband, of course?
Quite honestly, this might be so cliche, but
if you say coworkers, I'm going to stop right now. That's good.
I was going to say that, but now I feel like I should.
No, but my dad says the same thing, so go ahead.
It's whatever the store or wherever the store is at. It's not just me and Chan. It's going to be impossible
for you too, right?
It's really. Everyone in the store is amazing, and you can ask anyone who shops there. They love our coworkers.
That was a really good answer. I'm proud of you. Martin's rolling the credits. One word to describe how you're feeling about the podcast and life. Ready, go.
Me?
Yeah, one
word.
How
do I feel about it?
One
amazing.
Word. Okay, thank you.
Anytime I can work
Only one word.
You.
You're done. Bye, Diana. Thank you.
Bye.
See you at the store. Bye.